The living room, where the family meets to discuss issues, any issue which may be bothering one of the family members. That's what we do each and every Tuesday on WAC 90.1 FM with Ricardo Mitchell and DJ Aaron 868. We have casual conversations on serious topics, from sports to culture, mental health to economics, relationships to life lessons. Join us each and every Tuesday on WAC 90.1 FM. The Living Room, casual conversations on serious topics.
We say walk by faith, never ever by sight. Be safe, Trinidad and Tobago extension of the whole wide world. Thank you guys for tuning in. Forgive me for any energies that, blase. We'll try to do better tomorrow. God's willing. Mr. Desmond, Tony P. What you like Wednesday, man? I'll leave you in the capable hands of Aaron and Ricardo. They're already in the building. Be safe, everybody.
Hey, it is now 2 minutes past the hour of 6 p.m. here in Trinidad and Tobago. I don't know what time it is where you are, but I'm glad to know you're locked on to the true nation station WACK 90.1 FM, where we are
culture crazy.
First and foremost, let's kick this off as we always do, alright? Must give thanks and praises to the Almighty for granting us the gift of life and seeing another day. No matter what time of day it is, you must always
give thanks.
Secondly, we must say thank you to those that went before us, and we are not just talking about our ancestors, the original inhabitants of Trinidad and Tobago, because we all know, accept, reiterate, and say it with the chest that Columbus lied, but also to our brother in music, Tony Prescott, where the P this week stands for...
prom, Aaron. Prom.
Do we have proms in Trinidad?
Well, apparently we have proms now.
We just adopt everything holistically.
Well, I wouldn't say holistically, there are people still calling it graduation and that kind of thing.
Right, for me, it's a grad.
Yeah, but it's Tony P, not Tony G. If it was Tony G, that's a graduation.
All right, cool. I'll take that. Good, well played, sir. If you don't know the voices you all are listening to, this is The Living Room with yours truly, DJ Aaron 868. I remind you each and every time that culture is my code alongside my bro with no fro, but a lot of flow.
Ricardo Mitchell, the social sage on the global stage.
Now, before we go any further, I have to take this opportunity to wish you, Ricardo, a happy belated birthday. You would have turned 84 last week.
So that's the game we're playing.
Just saying, that's you would have turned...
All right, you know what? Thank you. Yes.
Then would you like me to reveal your real age?
I have no shame in my hard-earned 42 years, sir.
All right, a very happy 42nd birthday to you, Ricardo.
Thank you very much.
God's richest blessings unto you. I wish you many more years of life, prosperity, health, and strength. And also, I would like if you would renounce to Samich Kado.
No, sir. No, sir. I will not renounce to Samich Kado, because sandwiches are the foundation upon which a strong society is built.
Exactly. I actually am feeling right now
for
a beef sandwich.
A beef sandwich.
Yeah. Better known as a burger, but it's a nice way to put it, but it's a beef sandwich.
My 42 was hard earned. As I was telling some youths, I get a grade here for every lesson I learn and mistake I make.
You make real mistakes, bro?
Well, I learn plenty lessons. Sometimes it's the same thing.
Well, if that's the case, I only learned two mistakes.
Don't worry. You see what's going on now? What a year time.
But here now, all of a sudden, I started to see green in my bed now.
All of a sudden?
All of a sudden.
All right, sir. I hear you.
It used to be a little one sprinkling or two sprinkling, but now, all of a sudden.
But the grey hair start?
Yeah, grey hair start, yeah.
Alright, so if I realize I'm not seeing grey hair, and I'm only smelling wiki and...
Nah, brother, I honestly, I don't think I'll ever get to that stage where I'm not in acceptance of the greys. Because I think one of the things as men that we struggle with is accepting aging. Right? No, I've been serious here. I don't know how trending you are on social media that you ever saw the haircut that the men taking now.
Hey, don't do that.
Where
The
they
fading
fading in the back?
The fading in the back? Hey, I was contemplating it.
I am not doing that.
Yeah, no.
At some point you have to accept that you're getting old and that your hair is thinning, so you can't maintain the same hairstyle that you had.
Learn to one level and buy a hat.
What now? You also can't have a ras.
Sir.
No. I had to bring it up.
Don't,
I had to bring it up because there are a good few
really?
gentlemen I see that have the ras, and
stay out of this.
it is have a big bald spot.
Yeah, but you don't have to dread to be Rasta here.
Wow. So see where we going here today.
Anyway, I'm not getting into
No,
that.
but and not just that,
I
and you also can't dye your beard so much that if you sweat, it's like a Jerry Curlin running down now. You can't do that.
Oh yes.
You have to age gracefully. You have to.
So you're not for that ultra dark.
I've seen some tweets recently where women are asking men to embrace the salt and pepper.
My favorite performer, well, one of my favorite performers, Bonnet Bigford, has declared that we should own our grays, you know.
Yeah.
We should own our grays, and I am down for that. I completely agree with it. You can't tell me I sit down in a taxi and all I smell is shoe polish and you're wearing slippers to drive. No, what is going on? What are you doing, man? No, don't do me that. Don't do me that. Ultra dark, you know. Ultra dark. And you're dropping off your grandchildren.
But honestly, like long time you'd have heard this saying that, you know, you had to get married when you could still have hair in your wedding photos.
Oh my word. I don't recall hearing that.
You never hear that one?
No, sir. No, sir. I never hear that one. But
Be-
then again,
be-
my father was born in
I'm not gonna say my father too, huh?
He had a half fro, you know.
The half fro?
Yeah, it was like a fro, but it starts halfway in the back now.
Oh, I think my father had that too.
I'm just saying, I'm a pussy pick.
I don't know. But
Rest in peace, Mitch.
I don't gonna say really and truly, yeah. I forget I was gonna say what that to them. No, right. But the saying about the hair and the wedding photos. For the callers, if you have ever heard that saying, just call me real quick and tell me if you have ever heard the saying, getting married while you still have hair. So your wedding, no, get married while you still have hair, so you'll still have hair in your wedding photos.
Alright.
Yeah.
And how would they contact you?
6524901 or 1-78629-22789. Right?
Real numbers are called here.
Yeah, but real phone numbers. There's only two numbers though.
Right.
International or local. But before we go further, we are joined in studio. We have a beautiful young lady sitting in with us today to tell us about a lovely initiative which she is a fond member of. Right? So before I'm going to allow our guest to come in by answering this very pertinent question. Mrs. Roberta Rose Collins, I'm not asking you, where's the scene? Jelly bean? What's the gist? Therapist? Or what's the word? Hummingbird. What?
I was going to cook car, but
That's a Scarlet Ibis.
Hummingbirds really make much.
Right?
You ever hear hummingbird?
No.
Yeah.
I'm asking you, Roberta.
It's just the wings. That the wings.
Wow.
Hummingbird wings.
I'm asking you, Roberta, how are you?
I am blessed. Thank you. And thank you so much for having me here today.
Now, for those of you that avidly listen to the living room, would know that this is not the first time that Roberta is sitting in with us. She would have sat here, well, not here in the studios of WAC 90.1 FM.
Correct.
But her voice would have resonated through the airwaves through our usual virtual recording platform, and we would have spoken about an initiative which I fondly like. I don't want to say love, because love, I wouldn't love an initiative like this, because I like the way it is going. I like the direction it's heading.
You afraid
But
of love, Aaron?
no, I'm not afraid of love. But what I do love.
Oh, so you're not afraid of love?
Let me finish now.
Yeah, sorry, they're actively listening. Go ahead.
I like the initiative, but I love the reach that it's growing to.
I see.
Yes.
I see.
You understand now?
I do.
Right?
I do.
The initiative that I'm speaking about, it's called Royalty for a Night. And as we said, it's not just about royalty for a night, because what you are doing here is creating an essence of royalty for a lifetime for some persons.
Agreed.
Right? What happened, Ricardo?
No. When you say create an essence of royalty, can I hit me too? Yes, you do introduce that element that having experienced it, you need more of it to continue the thing going forward. And it's like when you put a little essence in your little punch and thing, you can't drink it out of it after that.
In your Moby.
In your you put essence in Moby?
What?
Well, I just remember Granny used to put grapefruit and lemon and them kind of thing. I didn't know you could have essence on a Moby.
You could put vanilla
You
essence.
could put essence on it.
And a seed essence
What the
is for movies.
Look at this is only don't ever be afraid to learn something new. Ever. even when they turn 42. Yeah,
Right.
but you're right, the element of it is having experienced something like this glow up, as the youth and them calling it now. You get a taste for it. If you're not exposed to it, you don't know what you're missing. So yeah, I like that essence element. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so Royalty for a Night really is just that, an opportunity to really reach young people at a time in their lives where, it's just worth celebrating. Graduation is one of the biggest nights of their lives. I don't know if you guys, you 14? What was your age again?
84 going on 42.
All right, there we go. So,
Benjamin
your
Zipper.
graduation was just yesterday, right?
Well, I went to at least 16 graduations in my time. So
How much you went to?
about 16.
But I sure
But
you
just
remember it.
No.
All of them.
This is the moment here for this conversation. This is the same gentleman that said Go, you went 16 graduations.
What?
You went 1 in Form 5 and 1 in 6-2, right?
Yeah.
So like 2
Of mine.
of yours.
Yeah.
So that means they went 14 that wasn't yours.
Thereabouts. It could have been 13. Baker's dozen. But let's just say that I went to a couple graduations.
You had your
in my
fill.
time.
You had a time.
I understand the importance of an initiative like this. Aaron, let me stay on track now. Royalty fund, yes. Young men and graduation.
Yes,
Not just young
definitely.
men, young people.
Young
Young
people,
people.
right,
Yes.
yes.
And it's really about enjoying that time, ensuring that you sat next to your friend for 5 years, and now is the time to celebrate that. All that hard work you all put in, all them classes that you all had to sit through. This is a point in your life that you celebrate. You reach that place. For some, that's it. They don't go back to school.
Right.
For others, they move on, and then the next graduation I don't think is as exciting as that Form 5 graduation. I remember mine. I remember details of my Form 5 graduation, and that was a little while ago.
Wow. I didn't have one, so.
No?
You remember COVID, no? They didn't
Right.
have They didn't have in-persons then.
Fair enough.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is a project that is. I am very excited. I'm always very excited. This is the 8th year for me. I'm doing this, and it never gets old. The smiles, the impact, like it just never gets old.
This is maybe the 3rd or 4th. I could guarantee this is at least the 3rd or 4th conversation we've had with Royalty for a Night.
Yeah.
The project is something that, as I say, I went to several graduations.
14.
Thereabouts. 14 plus my 2. Anyway, and one of the things about it is, even as we got older, Aaron and I had the opportunity to MC a graduation last year. And, well, one times change, but 2, it was it was an opportunity to see another generation go through this important recognition of not just having finished something, but also starting something.
Yeah, exactly.
Because now they're young adults. You know, it's no longer, well, you're late for school, you get detention. You know, it moved past that.
Yeah, it's like a rite of passage. You reach that point.
Yeah.
And it's, as you say, it's on to the next phase of your life.
Yeah. And but I am curious though. Now we speaking from a bit of an advantageous position. We've had conversation like this before. But what exact, for the people who not familiar with the program, what has it been so far? What is the genesis of it, and what is the purpose?
So Royalty for a Night started, I would say, with a secondary school teacher who wanted her students to graduate. Each year in, year out, she saw them not being able to attend their ball for major reason. They can't afford. And she reached out to her friends who went on social media and said, if you have something that you've worn once, that you know you're not going to wear again, please give it to these young people. And it blew up because everybody thought, oh my goodness. Of course, especially women. Well, at the time it was called the Princess for a Night, and it was women. It was girls only, female students, and they were like, of course, we have dresses that we wore once and we will not wear again because it's a statement piece, or they took out so much photos and they ain't going to go back in that again.
Right.
And that's
I had to double check to make sure I didn't wear this jersey last weekend.
No, not the women though. The women, we buy the clothes. And so that blew up.
Yeah.
What it evolved to from that is not wanting to have the young men left out, and it being called Royalty for a Night to include them. And that change happened in 2017, and from 2017 to now, Royalty for a Night has been in existence, serving the secondary school graduates of Trinidad and Tobago, ensuring that those who can't afford the full ticket of graduation, for one reason or another, that they are able to go to their graduation in style, being trendy, not feeling left out, not feeling as though they are any less than,
Right.
because they can't afford, their parents can't afford the ticket of a graduation.
Because admittedly, we have to accept that the ticket to the graduation is not just the only cost that's associated with it.
Correct.
Might be the least cost
And I'm going to say
associated
that.
with it.
I don't know. I am far removed from that age group and that age bracket.
Don't you say? Never mind. Go ahead.
Good thing. For the listeners who didn't get to see the glance that we exchanged just now of outright disbelief. Anyway, sorry, Aaron, you were saying.
I'm far
actively
removed from
listening.
that, and I think the last time any of my family members or any of my friends' children would have attended that graduation was in 2018.
Okay.
Where the ticket to graduation was, I think, like $250 or $300.
Yeah, it varies. Like I have seen some around $500, and that's per person.
Yeah. So
That's just one person.
So if you want to carry a date,
That's $1,000 right there.
$1,000 off the bat, right?
Yeah.
I think my graduation might have been like $120 or something.
Mine was
like that.
$125.
But I was saying, my
The
word.
one I went was $125.
My word.
Anyone won? Anyway, yeah.
I mean. Hey, come on here, we're staying on topic here.
Right. So, anywho, so that's just that course. You didn't start to talk here now. I don't understand this part yet, but I'm talking for the fellas. I'm speaking on behalf of the men here. That $300 haircut,
I know about that.
right?
Listen.
The $300 haircut, the shoes,
The zapatos.
Right.
the shirt, the jacket, and the suit.
Camisa, chaqueta, and traje.
If you had you want to make sure that you're looking at, like, say, my warrior brother watch.
Yeah.
That you never give him back after, though. Just saying.
I watch.
Yeah, but the thing is, the cost of a graduation is not just the ticket; it's also the attire and the overall appearance.
Yes, and that is very important.
Yeah.
And I was privileged to serve a group of 10 young men from the Laventille, Barataria, San Juan area last year to help outfit them from head to toe. $300 haircut come all the way down to their shoes. And I remember one of them saying to me, Miss, I could get a red shirt. I'm like, a red shirt? Sure. Because we actually got persons to donate outfits specifically for them.
Right.
And he said, yes, a red shirt, because he want to match his
Date.
dates.
The AC in here, boy. Blood straight in my eyes.
Look, and that's the next thing, huh?
Yeah. It gets that, it is that real, it's that important to them.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know that we understand totally how important this is to these young people. Just what an impact it makes. You're talking self-esteem. You're talking like, yeah, it is really is one of those projects that really have a huge impact.
I think, and I do like to state problems without putting a solution. But I think one of the biggest problems as a lot of us grow older and have children is that we tend to forget that we were once children. So we forget the importance of what these things would have meant to us. So we sometimes don't pass on the importance or share in the importance with our children of the younger persons in our life, what these occasions mean to them. Because sometimes that graduation ball, I'm not saying prom, I'm just not comfortable saying that.
You're Aaron, you had to learn to lean into your discomfort.
Right? That graduation ball is sometimes the first occasion where your parents might get to meet the young man or young lady
Okay, true.
Yes.
that you have been talking to on, well, I'm going to say my line, that might give away my age. But who you're talking to on WhatsApp call when you're supposed to be studying.
Right.
People are still tackling and tracking.
I don't know.
I mean, because if we call it proms and balls now, I guess we could start to see that they're courting.
Right.
You know, in the initial stages of courtship.
Right?
Yeah.
But and that's the thing. So it is important because it's that first instance where mommy might meet Keisha.
Yeah.
And Keisha is the girl that you meet in lessons in Form 3 that you're talking to on WhatsApp calls whole night.
Or, you know, not to show off my age, but you might have gone through all your money in companion cards. Because we didn't have cell phone business back then, so you lead up on the phone, but when you done it hot, your hair greasy. Yeah, correct.
Right? But
Yeah.
and that's the thing. So a graduation ball is an important occasion to someone who is graduating from Form 5
Yes.
or Upper 6.
Yes.
And I think we have to get to the point where we have to accept that being an important occasion to them and assist how you can to make this occasion even more special for them.
Yes, I 100% agree. And this is exactly what we do. During the months of April and May, so we in collection, our collection drive is on right now. We set up with different business places across the country to allow for persons who have something in their closets that they are willing to give, to allow for a young person to have a ball of a time, to drop it off and allow for us to, you know, be able to give it to that young person when we have our distribution events.
And so where, I know you mentioned all over the country.
Yes.
And Tobago too.
Not
No,
yet.
we're not
Tobagonians come to Trinidad for our distribution, but we haven't yet started to collect in Tobago. Interestingly, it's something we started to work on just before COVID, and then COVID happened, and we're working on it again.
Okay, lovely. Because you can't forget Tobago.
No, not at all.
Right? So where in Trinidad, if I have a suit, could I drop it off?
Okay, so we have 6 different locations because we're really trying to make it easy for persons to be able to do to donate. In San Fernando, in South, it's at Boban Brew.
Yeah, big up hands.
Yes. Oh, Hans is amazing.
Yeah.
Good support always.
Classy guy.
Definitely. And so it's Boba and Brew, and that store is in Marabella.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gopal and Superstore.
Gopal and-
Yes, next to Mario's.
Mm-hmm.
Central Bubble Cups. Again, wonderful support. They've always from day one.
Mm-hmm.
They've been a
Right.
drop-off point for us. Price Plaza.
Thank you. I'll take a note of these things.
Yeah,
huh?
next to Scotiabank in Price Plaza.
Right.
And then we head north. We have Wing It on Arapita Avenue. Jesse and his crew there, they are happy to accept.
Right.
And we have Marriott Hotel as one of our drop-off points as well. They were a new addition last year. They actually reached out to us and asked if they could get involved.
Oh.
And
Which-
Marriott Hotel is
Invaders Bay,
that's next to Movie Town.
next to Movie Town. And now we head east. So the Serena's Closet in Tunapuna. And it's on Tunapuna Road,
Right.
just obliquely opposite the Republic Bank. And our newest location is Hollis Avenue Drugs Limited in Arima.
All right. Well, that's not bad.
No, we do try to have pop-up collections. So and I do the pop-up collections for two reasons. One is really a nice way. People have a story to tell. It's not easy for some people to give up some of these outfits
Right.
because there are real memories attached to it. And so having the ability to come and say to us, this is a dress that I wore to my sister's wedding. It also offers that opportunity for them to release a little bit as well.
Yeah.
And like I said, it's really, really multidimensional because that just being able to do that and connect with somebody means the world to them.
Yeah, and it's probably very cathartic as well to be able to share something that was so meaningful to you in the hopes that, well, it now is meaningful to someone else.
Yes,
And
and
it's like honoring the process.
it is. It really, really is. And like I say all the time, when somebody gives something like that, it gives the opportunity for another layer of good energy and good vibes and good memories in that garment. And then that person could again give it to someone else, and it keeps going like that. And it's really, and we've seen that. We've seen young people come, collect something, and then bring it back the next year, and say,
Right.
I had such. It's not a requirement, but they have done that because they recognize the value of being able to pass it on.
So having received, they now have a greater appreciation for the gift that is giving as well.
Correct. That's actually our biggest ask when we speak with these young people is we ask them when they're in a position to do so, pay it forward.
Paid forward.
And so some of them do it immediately. Some of them do it the next year. Some of them find other ways and they will message and they will say, we were able to do this. So thanks for telling me about pay it forward because last week I went and I helped the old lady in the neighborhood, whatever it is. Because I found that a lot of them had no concept of what paid forward was.
Yeah.
And it's something that we share with them on the day that they come to collect.
It's a big movie, by the way.
Yes.
But yeah, I learned about paid forward from watching the patience that Kenny has with Aaron. And I say to myself that when seeing the way that he deal with Aaron, with the respect and the admiration and the tolerance, right? I say, well, you know what? That might be why Aaron is like this with me.
Right.
So helpful and supportive and encouraging. And I decide that based on the way that Kenny treat Aaron and Aaron treat me, I have to treat other people like that. So in other words, Trinidad and Tobago, all they owe it to Aaron. All they owe it to Kenny to pay it forward. Pay it forward all there.
And that's the thing, I'm not even going to touch on that. But really and truly, I think as a nation, we are a global
Village.
brand, a global village. We have to find a way to give back.
Forward.
if unpaid forward by extension, but we have to find a way to start the process by giving back. If it's something as simple as a shirt,
Yes.
because you can't, not all of us are fashionistas that would want to wear a jacket without a shirt underneath.
Yeah, and
Right.
deep V-neck.
Yeah, we
Capital
I don't. And these graduation balls just have like dress codes and
They
things
do.
like that.
They do. So
Right.
they would have to be properly attired.
Right, so we had to wear a shirt. So let's start. Ties. I focusing on the fellas here because you all know how much Ricardo and I share a passion for mentoring young men. And mentoring young men is not just imparting knowledge, like the knowledge. You
Right.
also have to impart the way to dress.
Oh. I listening.
Right? So, if you have a suit that you may have worn how much ever years ago, I'm just saying, fashion is a thing that's recycled.
It does.
Because look how baggy pants come back.
Well, I was saying then in that case I have about 2 suits to pay forward. Because when I mean baggy, I'm taking them thing, but anyway.
And that's the thing, in addition to just donating the suits or the dresses, could tailors, somebody who's a seamstress, also volunteer to assist in terms of altering these garments?
Definitely. As a matter of fact, we haven't had tailors because that I think altering a suit is a little bit more detailed. But we have seamstresses that come actually on the day and help to just make minor
Yeah,
adjustments.
a little
If a
little
dart,
darts here,
yeah,
right.
something needs to be stitched, a hem needs to be pulled up. So we do encourage persons who can assist in
Yeah.
that to reach out as well.
Because I can tell you as somebody that is vertically challenged.
Oh my word, sir.
No, I'm being serious here and I'm being honest.
Yeah.
You concentrated here.
Wow. The process of altering a suit for me is a tedious one.
Yeah.
So I can't understand that. And I want to say it here because every year since this initiative has started, I have tried to find a way to donate. Right?
And we really appreciate that, especially for the young men.
And I think this year I'm going to take it up a notch. Right? So I think for this year, 2024,
You can donate twice and say Ricardo send one.
no, I'm actually going to donate a voucher to send one young man to that's I could call his store name,
Yeah.
to send a young man to Detour to be able to purchase a suit,
Much
right? A brand new
appreciated.
suit,
Much appreciated.
right? And that's coming on behalf of the living room.
We appreciate that very much.
From us.
And this is what we want. You know, we want to encourage. I'll tell you guys something. I get it. Most men don't really have suits in their closets the way women have dresses. And
Fact.
so what we noticed over the years is that it's a little bit more challenging to get the young men outfitted.
Yeah.
And they are calling, the young men calling, they come in, their parents calling. I will get 5 calls, 4 of those calls are from a young man or representative of a young man. And they're looking for suits. People ask all the time, so them young boy and them wearing them suits. Those suits represent much more than you think.
Fact.
That is they know so I'm not saying anything about the dresses. The dresses, the young ladies, they need their dresses, but they're not gonna wear that. More likely than not, they're not gonna wear it again. A suit for a young man represents not just graduation, but their first job interview.
Correct.
They have to go and meet the girl parents. They need to look a little something. They have to go to dinner somewhere with someone.
A wedding to go.
They switch out that shirt and that suit becomes something brand new.
And not just that, you could also you put that jacket with her jeans
Right.
and it hit her business casual.
Right.
It's so much more for
Yeah.
them than graduation. And as you all speak about mentoring young men and sharing that with them, I'll tell you, most of them never wore a suit in their lives. They never try one on. So we have attendants there who help them.
And I'm going to say that's the important part, and that's why I raised the point just now, Ricardo. that you're not just looking to impart the knowledge.
Yeah.
You also have to impart the as you would say, I don't know if Trent still say this, but the swag.
Right.
Teach them how to dress.
Yes, it's important.
Teach them how to tie a tie.
I want to acknowledge Naeem Rees. This and this is not Papi Show. This is not Mama guy. He is meticulous about your appearance, your finish, making sure that you present well. And we in our actual party, I want one party for the year, and we in a party, and he stop and he adjusts my shirt button because they are just little things that unless you have that little help, you don't understand how much a difference it makes in terms of class and presentation.
Yeah.
And I will acknowledge, Aaron, you're in a different position. You could actually, because of you being hired for corporate events and weddings and so on and so forth, because DJ Aaron Etiquette is an excellent, not just DJ but also MC. Right?
I just take a pen and take this caller.
Yeah.
Good evening, you're live.
Good afternoon to the panel.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Aaron and your co-host and the guest. What you all are saying is so impactful, if that's a word. Right? Because what I would like to find out from the young lady, as much as she has this this foundation or charity organization set up, right? You said something that I would like you to expand on. Who teaches young men how to dress? Because a young lady will, from the time she is 5, she's a princess, she learns what shoes goes with what dress. She knows about wedge heel at the age of 10, but a boy will wear a Timberland boots to go everywhere. You understand?
Yep,
So,
I do get that, and that's why it is really, really important to. I don't know if the men are imparting that to the young men, and that's why it's
we get a crash course. We usually get a crash course on how to tie a tie the night of the event.
Or the morning. The morning or the interview.
Yeah, right. But the girl don't know what color scheme. She don't know what hairstyle she going with. You understand? All these things. So maybe if you all could expand on that to get young fellas who listening as to pair what with what for the night of their lives, if you want to say so.
Yeah, thank you so much for that, and it's something that we do. Actually, we have persons there helping them find the right fit, helping them find the right colors to match, and all of that, showing them how to tie their ties. We have people on the day of the distribution assisting with those things.
And I'm going to say that's a real important thing. And Ricardo was alluding to the fact that I have where I don't want to misquote you.
Yeah, no, what I'm saying is that based on the types of events that you've worked and hired to perform in and stuff, you could actually put that into your budget, right? But for the majority of us out here, we don't have the number of jackets you would have. We don't have the soft pants and them just put on, right? For many of us, our first suit is not even store-bought and then tailor adjusted. It's not even tailor-made. It's a hand-me-across or a hand-me-down. Right? So even in terms of being able to donate these things going down the road, some of us just don't have it to donate, but we would like to be able to help.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that Aaron broached that topic in terms of being able to purchase a voucher or make a donation or contribution, because I'm not sure that was an option that was available before.
No, so we didn't have that option before, but we recognize the importance of it moving forward. Not for the young ladies again, because we have no shortage of dresses coming in. Every day I'm getting a call. I'm going to drop off some dresses. We do have that option, especially for the young men. So the Yes She Can is the name of the organization. We do have a bank account. And we are encouraging persons. You mightn't have the full amount for a suit. Say, no problem, I have $300, I have $200, I have $100, I have $50, whatever it is. Because what will happen is it will add up.
Every drop will fill in the bucket.
And we will get the opportunity. This year we also have a GoFundMe account.
Right.
Because a couple of people last year who lived abroad said, how can I? And I didn't have a way for them to do so. So we also have that in place this year to accommodate especially the young men. I am advocating for the young men a little bit more than I have before because I see the need.
And I do want to go down this road because and I think it's something that should be said as well.
But we're going on the road.
Yeah, we're going on the road. I don't want to,
I
but I
realize.
think we
Yeah,
should.
just
we
do
go in.
that.
Right? For some men, myself included, these suits have sentimental value.
Yes.
So then you have real value, but
No,
real suits.
And that's the thing. Last year, I would have donated, I think, 3 suits.
So 3%.
No, I don't have 100 suits.
Anyway, alright, you're
Right?
we go
And
watch
then
it.
last year, my grandfather would have passed away, and I would have gotten 2 jackets from him.
Right.
Now, admittedly, that's why I got my sense of style from my grandfather.
Right.
So I have 2 full suits and now 3 jackets that he'll mix and match. And I personally find it hard to part with the suits that I would have inherited from my grandfather.
Of course.
Run your coin, big man.
No, brother man. It's not. I'm not saying it for that purpose, but I'm just saying no. If you have those suits that have sentimental value, we understand that you may not want to part with them.
Correct.
But what is happening is there's another way that you can donate.
Yes.
And as I so eloquently said just now, run your coin, big man.
Wow. Thanks for putting it
And,
like
for,
that
and
again.
for anybody else who want to run the coins, we have a way.
And let's be real, right? Put your money where your mouth is. Thoughts and
Right.
prayers are a beautiful thing, you know, but a sandwich helps, if you know what I mean.
And I'm going to say that. So that's the thing. So we will post the GoFundMe link afterwards in the link when we post this interview.
Right.
And also we will share the GoFundMe link via our both Instagram pages and as well on Facebook thereafter tonight's interview.
Yeah, so in the description to the replay of the episode on DJ Aaron 868's YouTube, we will have the links to both your foundation as well as the GoFundMe. That we will make sure that people could, even if they can't find you, even though they should be able to,
Yes.
right? We'll still act as intermediaries as best as possible.
Because it's real simple. It's royalty for a night.
Yeah. It's
Real easy.
Real easy.
There's royalty for a night.
Royalty for a night.
I mean,
We also this year we have our mobile website, so persons can get lots of information on the project, how to volunteer, persons who are seeking, the information on dropping off things, they can get it there. The parents who need the support for their young people, all the distribution dates and times, there, everything is there on that site.
Collection ends when?
May 24th,
May 24th. Right, that's the last
Friday.
working Friday in May.
Yes.
Because I think we have 2 holidays and
So we still have almost a full month again to go.
Now, I think Ricardo just want to spend a couple minutes just sharing a little fashion advice for the young men, especially.
I'm glad we're recording this because I ain't like to tell you, I could do it a tip or two. So you know what, Aaron? You have my undivided attention.
Right? So for the fellas out there, firstly, what we need is sorry.
Love is what we need.
Yeah, we know love is the currency, so you had to spend some today, let somebody know you love them. But what is needed with the fellas? Suit sizing. Extremely important.
Yes.
Right? It can't be too big,
Right.
but it also can't be too small. You should be able to walk properly on the suit. In your suits. Sit properly in your suit. Button it. And there are some rules now in terms of the buttoning, where you button 1 button or button 2 buttons depending on the occasion. You don't ever button the bottom button.
Right.
Right? The length of your shirt is supposed to be at least 1.5 inches longer than the jacket.
Is that 1.5 inches?
Yeah, 1.5 inches. Just about.
Inch
Remember, 1.5 inches is just about that, huh?
Alright.
Right? Your pants not supposed to be flooding, if you
Right.
still say that anymore.
Although that seems to be a style.
No, that's for the baggy pants. But your dress pants are not supposed to be flooding. They are supposed to actually cut on the cusp of your shoe.
So you're talking traditional suit finish?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, because now, you know, a lot
Yeah,
of them come
they
in
wearing
a
it
couple
up.
inches.
And I'm going to say that. It's
Yeah.
supposed to cut there, but I have realized that now it is going up at least 2 to 3 inches above the cusp of your shoe.
Yeah. Your ankles outside.
Yeah, so
Ankles, yes.
for me, that's a personal choice as to how you choose to wear your pants.
Yes.
And gentlemen, please be mindful of the elbows, the knuckles, the ankles, etc.
Cream,
A little lotion, a little cream.
right?
The last thing you don't want to look like you're wearing white socks, right? Because your ankle and them ashy.
You are not Michael Jackson.
Right, so yeah, and let us avoid white socks or
you
the
are
appearance of white
You are
socks.
not Michael Jackson, fellas. You are not supposed to be wearing white socks.
One mosquito
Please.
pass and as you scratch soles or your white lines.
Right?
Yeah, lotion.
Belts.
Belts.
You can't wear suspenders and belts.
You
It's either or.
sure?
No, I'm telling you, it's either or.
Yeah,
Sus-
but what you wearing the suspenders for, like, you know, aesthetics? So you're actually gonna
No.
take them up? No.
No,
All right, cool.
no, suspenders or belts.
Sigh.
Either or, never the two.
Fine.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Ties. Optional. But you had to learn to tie a tie. At least a basic knot, a tying knot.
Yeah, you wins on them.
Windsor knot or something like that. Right? You have to at least know that.
Oh, but it has some of them that look like your origami hibiscus on.
Yeah, I'm not that advanced yet. I'm not right?
Yeah.
So we're doing the ties, something else. Or the collars.
As
Yeah.
in the color, C-O-L-O-R,
No,
or
the color.
colors and the hue.
The hue, right? There's a video that's been trending and circulating that you
fives.
could have the 5 suits.
Right.
The black, brown,
The
beige, blue, all these different things, and they could combine them and make at least 75 different combinations. Ideally, if you're financially able, that will be ideal.
yeah.
But in the interim, you could buy one suit and a couple dress pants and just mix and match. Try not to mix too much dark colors, like brown and black.
Yeah, if you're doing that, you have to.
Yeah.
You better
The shades, has to be off. You can't wear dark brown and black.
You shouldn't.
You shouldn't, but I'm just saying, right?
You see, the thing with fashion too.
It's individual.
It is individual, and depending on how you do what you do, you're allowed to flirt with the edges of the parameters of the
But then
rules.
again, you also can't wear, as the saying goes, you can't wear a red dress to a funeral.
You should not. It is frowned upon.
It is
frowned upon.
It's also frowned upon to wear a white dress
To
to
a
a
wedding,
wedding if
exactly.
you're not the bride.
Let me not do that in the Lord's 2024 and going forward, please. You will have your time to shine.
Right? But and that's the thing. So we're just looking at those different things. Plaids and stripes not supposed to go together. It is not
Aesthetically pleasing.
aesthetically pleasing.
Try
It's
to
also
avoid,
very confusing.
try to avoid whites and silvers, please.
Yes.
Let me not.
White
No.
and silver.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Easy.
Unless it's a white breakfast party, you could wear one then. But
yeah, you could
not
kind of
a
do it one
formal
for any
function.
breakfast party. But what I mean is, let me Anyway.
We get a full bling
The what?
silver jacket last year for a young man. That went crazy when you see that.
Like a shine, like the
But
shine.
what
you know?
color you wear it with?
A white pants and a silver jacket. so clearly we need you guys.
You know
We
what?
need you.
Well,
Young man,
what
you
day-
may have been
what-
able to pull it off.
What
because I
day is
just see-
distribution day?
We have several. So distribution happens in 3 different communities. Because again, we try to reach as many as possible. So the 7th and 8th of June at Gulfview Community Center.
Put me down for that. That's not wait. Yeah, should be
You talk big number.
The 15th and 16th of June at Cascade Community Center. And the 22nd and 23rd of June at Duranta Gardens Community Center in San Grande. Yes, we are going to San Grande this year. We have students who come from Toko, make their way down south. So we this year, for the first time, we have introduced an east location officially. And we chose Grande because it might be the most central part to capture all of those communities coming from the east. we really trying to ensure that we reach as many students as possible. Last year, we got to just over 700 students from about 122 schools.
That is quite a logistic accomplishment.
Yeah.
Yes, and it's possible through the donations, right? That's what makes it happen. We can't give what we don't get, and I was overwhelmed, honestly, after the first day. The first day we broke the record of the year before.
Wow.
So
it was really amazing. It speaks to the need.
So Ricardo, either on the 7th or the 8th of June,
Yeah.
you and I are heading down to Gulfview Community Center to spend some time at this distribution drive.
Yeah, try to convince these young men to wear shoes instead of sneakers with these
And
things.
and I want to,
No.
I'm speaking as somebody who wore sneakers to at least 8 of the grads.
oh my,
And
8
I know,
and
but
16.
I have gone to formal functions in sneakers.
Yeah, but what I mean too is this is your opportunity. You could always do that. You could
Oh.
always
Okay.
do that after. You see,
Right.
your first time, at least give
All
yourself
I get right.
give yourself the benchmark of I went full formal.
Okay, cool. I
You know what I mean?
And I do want to say I appreciate you guys stepping up, and I want to call out any man who is hearing this. I want to come and lend support, because we have the women still helping the young men. We don't get many male volunteers.
Naeem Rees, I am going to do a IG reel and tag you in this.
No, I know, God say I think I have to do one of those. Yeah.
Just we have a simple process to submit if you want to be a part of the distribution process in any way, as an attendant for the young man. And the thing about it is, you will get an opportunity to speak to a young man one-on-one when you helping them find that suit and get dressed. There's so much. We had a barber last year, Kyle. He has a mobile unit.
Yeah.
He came and he gave cuts to some of those young men, and he said he was able to just in that time just have some serious one-on-one conversations.
Yeah.
This project and this distribution gives so much opportunity for that. Those young people, then they're ripe for listening. We do try as much as possible to do life skill sessions. So etiquette
I was to
sessions.
ask about the etiquette because
I know, God say if there's an etiquette session, I think I'll speak to my mom,
Yes.
because I know mommy teaches that.
Awesome.
So I will ask my mom if
Please
she
ask her
would.
if she's willing to, if she has the time.
I'm feeling wicked to call her live and ask her now.
Yeah, I dare you.
That's if my mother will
And
answer.
remind her that my birthday was Friday and you did not bring any payout for me.
But
This one,
that's
this
the
one.
kind of support we're looking for right now as well.
Let's mother. So I'm gonna call out one or two of my dudes and see where we could get going. I am also going to contribute. I was just gonna let Aaron make the pledge and take credit for it, right? But I will contribute as well because it's something that I definitely could get behind.
Thank you so much.
Oh, look, she on here.
I'm not gonna say that. Hi, good evening, Mrs. Williams.
Hi, good evening, sir.
How are you?
I'm okay.
Now, you know how much I love to put you on the spot. For those that don't know, this is my mom that I have live on air right now, right?
Hi, ma. Caro here.
So, mommy, good evening, and I thank you in advance for helping here, right?
Okay,
I have here with me Miss Roberta Rose Collins from the Royalty Fan Night Foundation, right?
Hi, Mrs. Williams.
Oh yes, you would have dealt with her because you are doing it at Gulfview Community Center, right?
This is Joella.
Yes,
Hi, Roberta.
Hi, Joella.
right? So,
I had no idea you were his mom.
Yeah, that's my darling son, Aaron.
Aww.
right?
Yeah,
So,
love.
Yeah, he's the darling son. Like,
So, mommy, I am
Yes, Aaron.
I am volunteering my time. Sometime on the weekend that they will be at Gulfview Community Center.
Okay, that's the royalty for the day event for that
Yeah.
weekend,
Yes.
June.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
So I'm asking you if you will be willing to volunteer as well to assist in teaching one of the etiquette classes or teaching the younger generation some etiquette classes on that weekend?
Of course. Of course I will. Of course. That is the weekend. I remember. Yeah. I don't
7th
think I
and
have
8th.
anything. The
Right.
7th and 8th.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is not the weekend of my event. I have an event on the 22nd and 23rd.
Right.
So that would be fine.
All right. Okay, mommy.
Well, as we have you on the line and in a yes saying mood, did Aaron mention anything about a paylow or perchance some birthday pullery, anything along those lines?
You just have to text me, Ricardo. Ask Aaron for my number. Just text me, and your request will be fulfilled.
So we could cut out the middleman.
Yeah. Cut out Aaron. You just get the number and you text me.
You want it?
Look, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank Ms. Yola Williams.
So thank you very much, mommy, for volunteering your time to this initiative.
Shakunia, you know, hummingbird.
Okay.
All right. Thank you
And
very much.
Roberta, you have a good evening.
Same to
chat.
you. Thank
Okay
you.
then. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
All right.
Small world. Your
Yes.
mom is amazing. Let me
Yes,
just
she
say.
is.
She has been so helpful. Gulfview Community Center has always been a home for Royalty Fair Night. From day one, Mrs. Williams came in and it has been seamless. She says, whatever you need.
Yeah.
And that speaks volumes because we have these spaces that embrace the project as well and allow for us, because as I mentioned before, we have not in the past collected funds. This has been everybody just donating and volunteering their services. So it means so much when we have this type of support coming in, and she's not just allowing us to use the center. Here she is now saying, well, I will be there for some classes. Much appreciated.
And not to make it about me, but I'm also very, very grateful
For the birthday paloro
my birthday palori and
and
Opela.
Palau.
I want to say a special good evening as well, going and happy belated birthday, going out to one of the loyal listeners in the living room, Auntie Bonnie. I know she's locked on and listening, so happy belated birthday, Auntie Bonnie, from Ricardo and I.
And Auntie Bonnie birthday was recently?
Yesterday.
Well, you know, when the Lord made us the earth, and He said to Himself, "Listen, this is fantastic. It was good," and He said it is about to get better, and He made Taurus people.
Amen.
He made Taurus people, and then He said, "You know what? I could rest now." We actually came on the 6.5 day, you know. The half, you know, 6.5. Yeah, the tea and half is for Taurus. Just saying.
What I just
Auntie
get
Bonnie,
myself-
God bless you.
What I just got myself
Your
into,
birthday was
boy.
last week.
My birthday was last week as well.
I mean, I just saying.
Just around your age as well.
Yeah,
Just right there.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let them know now.
Yeah.
Let them know.
But just to remind you that if you would like to donate to the Royalty for a Night initiative, you can drop off suits, shirts, shoes, dresses. You accepting jewelry as well too? The
Jewelry,
costume
correct.
jewelry, right? At Boba and Brew in Marabella,
Big up
Bubble
hands.
Cups in Price Plaza, Wing It on Ariapita Avenue, the Marriott Hotel in Invaders Bay, Serena's Closet in Tunapuna, and Hollis Avenue Drugs Limited in Arima. Donations end on the 24th of May, and thereafter there will be the collection drive. But we're not focusing on the collection drive as yet.
No, this is the collection. The
Sorry,
distribution.
the distribution drive.
Yeah.
Right? We're not focusing on that. We're going to remind you of that later.
Oh yeah, again that.
But we're focusing on the collection.
every week. Every
Right?
week.
We
gonna
will
bring this up, yeah.
we will remind you of the spots that you can donate because as Ricardo said, as Roberta said,
Taurus
this-
people are beacons of
no,
light and purity.
I did not-
justice,
I'm not
and
repeating that,
humanity.
no.
Oh, alright, sorry. I could really
as
see.
was said, because be real perilously close and Mr. Desmond is right outside waiting. This gift is a gift that keeps on giving.
Yes.
Because for the men, this first suit is not just the suit for the graduation ball. It's the suit that they might wear to the first interview. It's the suit they might wear to one of the brethren's wedding a couple years down the road. It may be the suit that they wear, unfortunately, to a funeral. That suit is a suit that keeps on giving. for the ladies, the dresses for the first night of your lives, because there will be many more nights of your lives thereafter. But we are trying to give a young person an opportunity to enjoy for them what is going to be a monumental night. That is their first graduation ball that they go in without mommy or daddy. Because they would have gone to graduation for primary school with mommy and daddy and eat a tea box.
Yes.
But now they get to go to secondary school graduation, where they get to share in the enjoyment and the euphoria with their friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful stuff, man.
Right?
How perilously?
Very 7 o'clock.
Oh, well, this is Ricardo Mitchell, the social stage on the global stage. Thank you for joining us in the living room. Remember, guys, the hourglass is opaque. We don't know how much time remains, so whatever you're doing, be good and stay safe. Roberta, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Right? We will do our part to remind the listeners every week from now till the end of May about where they can drop off and make their donations. We will do our part. We'll also post it to our relevant social media pages. I'll try and do a TikTok. I really need help to do that.
Hey, I put videos cross several thousand recently, you know.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't even have to show any cleavage.
Wow. Really didn't want that part.
I'll edit it out.
Please, thank you. Right? I forgot what I was going to say.
You're signing off.
Thank you very much, Roberta, for joining us. Thank you for making the trek down from the place that has so much traffic that we wonder why it's an essential part of Trinidad and Tobago. That is Shogunas.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
I don't understand why Shogunas have so much traffic.
Yeah, the A in Shogunas is for traffic.
Exactly. Right? Mr. Desmond is up next with the big band. And I must say a special good evening going out to why watch me like
I
that?
am just listening intently, Aaron, that is all. As open my eyes wide, I want to hear better.
That is how you just listen? You just open your eyes wide?
Yeah, man, I gifted, you know. You wanted to say special what too?
Nobody again. You just make it weird, man.
I make it weird, you know. Alright, let me mind my business.
Oh, before I go, I want to big up the No Youth Left Behind. They had the Utopia show on the Pitch Lake in Laramie on Sunday.
Okay.
Like literally on the Pitch Lake.
Yeah.
And to see these young people coming out and enjoying an evening of good music, good friends, and some kind of games that I didn't even have when I was their age. I was very happy to be a part of that. And according to the Ministry of Youth Development, I'm no longer a youth.
I'm just saying. I warned about that tonight. I didn't want to listen.
But I'm very thankful to know that I'm still considered to be part of events like that for the youth. So to No Youth Left Behind, thank you very much for the work that you are doing. To Royalty for a Night, thank you very much for the work that you are doing, because if we don't foster and invest in our youth, we are losing the essence of what we want to do as a nation going forward. So thank you very much for that. I'm Aaron 868. Culture is my code, as I always say. And I tell you each and every time that love is the currency, so spend some today. Let somebody know that you love them, guys. Alright? Keep it locked. Mr. Desmond is up next with the big band. And I get to play one of my favorite songs as we make our way out. It comes down from Vonnet Bigfoot.
That was the voice. That was the voice he used when he sent the voice notes, and I couldn't hear him the other day. He was like, wait, I can't. What is happening here?
It comes down from Vonnet Bigfoot. And it is a cover of Kalyan's Can You Love Me?
Wait, this is a big song.